You're listening to the sound of the 80s with the Old Skool Movements podcast.
We're back again, guys. It's the Old Skool Movements podcast in the house indeed. It's good to see you all guys again. And I hope you guys are happy hearing us again, because we're back with more craziness from the 80s.
Dun, dun, dun.
Old Skool Movements would like to say, we've got love for you if you had fun in the 80s. Big up Calvin Harris. We're back. Another episode. Hard, strong, four brothers united.
This one's going to be a bit different, though. We say the 80s, but we're going to narrow it down. We're going to narrow it down to a certain year.
Yeah, we're going to narrow it down. And this year, but it's going to put you in the scene and see if you can guess the year, guys. And this year of our youth, what kind of things were happening in this year in our youth, Chris?
Mate, if you remember, this year was the first year The Simpsons was ever shown. It was shown as a little skit on the Tracy Ullman show in the US, and they made 48 of these little skits. You know, about a year later, the rest of the Simpsons stuff come out. So it was the first year that was seen. It was also the first year Disney and France decided to make a theme park, which everyone now knows as
Euro Disney.
Yeah, Final Fantasy first come out on the original Nintendo.
Entertainment system.
On the NES.
This is how far we're going back now. The first Final Fantasy.
How many is there now? Like,
I'd love to see those
200.
The graphics, man, the graphics. Docklands Airport, which is now known as London City Airport, that opened this year. And Channels Tunnel, they started digging that started this year as well.
Yep.
This is mad. When contact lenses became available for the general use.
Wow.
And, you know,
Say what?
Crazy.
You think that would have been about for ages?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Wow.
Yeah, you don't even know the year yet.
I'm just saying. Bloody hell. I thought it would have been earlier, like. Anyway.
Innit?
Yeah. Things are
Yeah, I don't know the year, man. I don't know the year.
How about if you hear some albums and top albums for this year? Michael Jackson's Bad, Whitney Houston, Bruce Springsteen, Beastie Boys' License to Ill.
I think I know what year it is.
Genesis, Invisible Touch, Luther Vandross, Give Me the Reason. And the top single of the year was, I hate this track, man, Rick Astley. Never Gonna Give You Up.
Give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Have you guessed the year?
I think I get it.
God, Stacks.
I think it's 1987.
There you go. It's 1987, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to delve into the year 1987. As you just heard, we ran off some singles and we're going to be coming back with some movies and all types of things that came out in the year of 1987. It's such a special year.
Top Gun won Best Soundtrack at the Brit Awards. It's top year.
Yeah, there you go.
Top Gun soundtrack. Yeah.
Top Gun, top year. So what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go through, and just reminisce on this year and things that we liked in that year. And we've been doing this versus. We know you guys like the versus battles. So when we land on some of the subjects, we're gonna compete. We're gonna get them to compete against each other. What was best in that year? Whether it's a film or a song. Let's just
computer
see
game, whatever.
Sounds interesting.
Let's see what we liked in 1987.
Going back in time.
So, as Chris was saying, the charts was, had so many, because pop was all over the place.
Pop was popping.
But, in the UK, as Chris was saying, Rick Ashley's Never Gonna Give You Up was the number one tune for ages.
And it's still going strong, even to today.
Still hearing it now, yeah.
2022 is still going strong.
Yeah, it was the most popular song of that year. And you say it, and it still gets played now. It went overseas. It went, them days, it was hard for a track to, get popular over in the States coming from the UK.
That was worldwide, wasn't it? I think Japan.
Yeah, it was worldwide. But the problem I had with that track is it reminded me too much of Colonel Abraham's Trapped, which came out in 1985. I'm trapped like a fool. I'm in the cage. I can't get out.
That's a much better track.
That's a much better track,
exactly.
man.
So when that came out, but it had the same had the same elements of that song.
Okay,
I said,
yeah.
this sounds too much like that. And this guy's got to #1 with it, and Colonel Abrams didn't.
He didn't. Yeah.
So
That track was heavy.
I wasn't happy about that.
That was a much better track than Rick Astley's.
Yeah, it was.
It had more
We're
fun.
gonna give you
I'm gonna let you down.
But yeah, so with that being the #1 track of the year, and Michael Jackson's Bad being the #1 album of the year, with the title track Bad, we're gonna pit Never Gonna Give You Up versus Bad.
The actual the
The
song.
single, yeah.
the song. Yeah.
Single.
Yeah.
Versus
No,
Rick
it-
Ashley's
versus-
Never Gonna Get You Up. Never Gonna Give You Up.
Ooh.
I remember watching the premiere of the album.
Remember?
The video in it.
Yeah.
Friday, Channel 4 at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. It just eagerly awaited. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Eagerly
Yeah.
awaiting.
Yeah.
But that's
to
what.
see how it's gonna go down. Like
That's it.
Oh man, that was exciting.
Jacko's
wicked.
every single Jacko had.
Yeah.
It was always a premiere.
Premiere of the video.
You remember the times. And
Sometimes at the cinema.
yeah, Moonwalker.
Thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
but yes,
when Bad come out, it was like there was a rumor that he's changed color. We're gonna
Yes.
see a different
Yeah.
Michael Jackson
Yeah.
this time.
Yes.
And it was his
Yeah.
first introduction because
Yes.
the last thing we saw was
Yeah,
Thriller,
it's true.
and
Yeah,
now
it's true.
there's a change.
There's the
And so
relaxed
you had
hair.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
And you saw this look, and you went, oh, everyone went
Dum, dum,
damn
dum,
at the same time.
yeah, it's true.
There's all the buckles on
It's
his
true.
outfit, innit? It's that one.
Yeah.
The black outfit with all the buckles. Taped up hands.
It was a completely different look.
Yeah, and it was his first transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it grew on me, that song. I didn't really like it when I first heard it,
Mm.
but it just grew on me over time.
Yeah.
I'd
Who's
agree with
bad?
that. I'd
Yeah.
agree with that. And the dancing.
Because the last video and song was like Thriller, and so you had
Yes.
Beat and all these tunes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
when you heard
Had to
Bad,
lock
it's like
you up
this.
to.
This hasn't, for me, it's like this hasn't really stepped up from
Nah.
from Beat It or Thriller yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like he was trying to get more into the dancing, like the hip hoppy, the break dancing. The videos were trying
Yeah,
to be,
he
you know,
did.
they had big dance battles, dance crews. I
Yeah.
thought he's trying to like get on that subway
Yeah.
battling of like what
Yeah,
breakers
but,
would
but,
do.
but that's the thing about it. The funny thing about Michael Jackson, like he always moves with the times, let's say, but in Michael Jackson world, move with the
Yes.
times, because the
Yeah.
guys he chooses to be gangsters, they don't look like gangsters. You know they're dancing, they're ballet dancers, really.
You do, yeah.
They know
They're
it's
rough,
like
rather
this is
people.
Michael Jackson world battle. Do you know what I mean? It's like no one dresses like that. Like, them boots you're wearing, Jacko. No one's wearing them boots after this video. Jordans are still running things. No one is wearing those
It's true, man.
those Lord of the Ring boots, man. Come on, man. But,
Cowboy hats and stuff.
but the thing
No,
about
they were.
also the thing about Bad is Michael Jackson always wanted to get the best producer at the time and directors for his videos and that was directed by Mike Scorsese. Bad video.
You're joking.
Rick Ashley's weren't. I know that.
Yeah, we can actually yeah. Stock cake and water when that was.
It probably was.
You're joking.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
Watermans.
It would have been, yeah. It would have
Scorsese
been.
directed
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know.
because you can hear. Yeah,
You know,
yeah, you can hear it.
and it was Wesley Snipes' debut.
Yes.
Acting, like
yeah.
That was the big
Yeah.
thing.
Forgot about that.
you know, he was
Wesley
the
Snipes is in the video.
yeah, he was the
I still
villain.
couldn't see him.
Yeah. He was the villain in the video.
Which one was
So,
he?
The main
The
dude.
hat to the back,
dude,
the
yeah.
Django.
He was the
Yeah.
main dude in it. But do you know what? But the thing is, it wasn't supposed to be Wesley Snipes. It was supposed to be Prince. The tune Bad was originally meant to be a duet with Prince and Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, you know that's not gonna happen.
But Prince declined. As soon as he heard
Yeah, we know.
the first line of the song,
Mm.
he said, I'm not doing it. Do you remember the first line of the song?
Your butt is mine.
Prince said, with a line like, he ain't singing that to me.
What was it? What was the first line?
Tell him again, Stack. So what's the first line of Bad?
Stacks needs to recover, you know? He's dying. He's crying with laughter.
That's hilarious.
What's the first?
Your butt is mine.
But is
Now, come on.
Your butt is mine.
that really what he's saying? Then?
Yeah.
That's the first line of the song.
All this year, I thought it was, but your love is
Yeah.
mine,
No,
but your bite is mine.
I thought it was your
Nah.
bird. Like Your bird is in your missus. Like, I'm gonna nick
No.
your missus. Like, your bird is mine.
Your bird is mine.
But he's
I'm gonna take her out.
He's learned some
Nah.
Cockney lingo, and he's thought,
No.
the bird is mine.
Your buttocks, mate. That's what you want. What's your butt?
Your butt is. Oh man, no. I didn't want to know. That's ruined it.
Yeah, but then that's an American thing. We wouldn't say that.
Your butt is mine, pal. It's
Exactly.
like,
Oh, in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how he said it.
Oh, that makes
That's
sense.
hey, buddy, your butt is mine. When Michael Jackson says it, it's not coming across
It's not coming across
No,
as
the same aggressive nature.
No, you wouldn't be scared in that
And
way.
then- and-
No.
And Prince is like, I ain't having that. Man.
I ain't doing that.
Bird is
You know,
mine.
he
Oh
comes
my
with transformation and then says to you, whispers in your ear, your butt is mine.
And the artist formerly known as Prince declined.
I just want you to sing this to me.
Yeah,
Your bird.
So-
I ain't doing
yeah.
it, man.
yeah. He didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
That's
Um,
jokes.
And I believe he said the song should be called Pathetic, not Bad. So
Oh,
make what
Huh?
you will. So yeah, it was supposed to be a duet with those two, and it didn't happen. He got Scorsese. I love Scorsese. I love he done Mean Streets. I love that guy. So he got Scorsese, but he didn't get Prince.
when he get
But Wesley Snipes weren't the Wesley Snipes we know. We didn't
No,
notice him
we didn't
because we
notice
didn't.
him 'cause he
New
weren't
Jack
there.
City weren't out yet. Remember,
Yeah,
this
exactly,
is
yeah, we
'87.
know.
You know, this is. We don't know this guy. You know, but the rest were ballet dancers in disguise. Oh, damn. That's a resounding Michael Jackson's one video
Yeah.
single. That was so easy. So
we should have pitted it up against Mel and Kim's Respectable. That was another.
but
tune
that was
come
an
out.
also
That was a tune from '87.
'87.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some tunes there. There was
Pump
some
up the
tunes.
volume. Yeah.
Pump up the volume,
Yeah.
mate. there was
Start
some
a
tunes
house
going
for
on.
the UK. It was like the birth of house.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
really
yeah.
starting to
Yeah.
getting in the charts then.
Yeah, some big tunes there. Some big tunes there.
So what's
There's
next, DL?
Well, there's we're gonna go on to that soon, but you know, there was also a lot of hip hop tracks in
Yeah,
'87. But
yeah.
if you want to know about them, check out our Patreon episodes. Let's
You
Move
tease.
on to the next section of 1987. So now, look, 1987, we were kids, one TV, but there was so much to watch. So
On all
much
four
going
channels.
on.
Did we have 4 channels? We had 4 channels.
Yeah, he had 4 channels. By the
Yeah,
way.
we had 4 channels, but it was all right.
So
Thriller
much
came out
selection.
and all that. Yeah.
No,
So,
not 5, but 4.
So 4. So what selection did we have, Chris? Man? What were we watching?
The start of the year. This is 1987, right? The start of the year was the UK TV premiere of Poltergeist.
Really?
Joking.
Nah, we were a bit late getting films on our telly, weren't we? Back in the 80s, you were lucky to
Late,
get
hard.
a feature film on telly. That was
Yeah, it
you're
was
looking like
years.
you're waiting 10 years.
Yeah,
Star
easily.
Wars didn't come on for 10 years.
Man, ET even longer. I think ET
Yeah.
was like about 20 years before it come on
Yeah.
telly, like for the first
Yeah.
time. I don't know
But
why.
that's what it was like back then.
That's what it was like. We were used to it.
Like,
Yeah.
the video wouldn't come out for
That take ages. That take ages
Like
as well.
that's like a good 5 years.
Yeah.
or
5
something,
years.
and 10 years for it. Yeah, you used to have to wait for
Yeah,
the longest
yeah.
time.
Yeah. Jump to today, they're coming out
Yeah,
same day.
the transition from cinema to this video.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
took ages. It took ages cinema to
Transition was
video.
crazy. You remember
And
those days when we went cinema? You had to watch the film twice to really get it because you weren't going to be watching it on video in
Yeah,
6 weeks'
not for
time.
a
And all
long
that.
time.
It
Yeah,
was like,
anytime soon.
any film you watched when you was a kid,
Yeah.
take it in because
Yeah.
Yeah.
you ain't seeing it again for at least a year.
Yeah,
if
for
you're
real.
Very
lucky.
least.
If you're lucky, if you know
Yeah.
pirate dude.
Yeah.
It's as if they had to tape it like 300,000 times to get all, and now they've got all the videos ready. We release them all in one go to the public. Like it took them that long. It's like, what are you doing, man?
And they were expensive as well. They weren't even cheap.
No, not when they first come out. Yeah, you're looking about
Nah.
£100, £70
£100
for
a video.
yeah, for a video back in the
Easy.
80s. Man, you
Hey, can you imagine £80 for a video?
Yeah, innit?
tape? You're having a laugh.
Remember that?
Oh.
Remember
Yeah.
that? Remember that?
It's funny because we were so behind when the film came out in the States. It took us like a year to get it over into the UK. It was nuts.
yeah, we're about a year behind them on
Yeah.
release stuff. Yeah.
But apart from certain films like Star Wars came out around the same time in England.
Went worldwide release, isn't it?
Yeah, worldwide release and stuff.
But a lot of stuff would have a US
but a
release,
lot-
and like you say, about a year later, you'll get a UK
you-
release on some of the stuff.
Yeah,
Terrible, man. We had a long
that was
wait.
Crazy.
That
was
sounds
so-
bizarre.
We seem to have
Yeah.
leveled out now. I think the internet's helped. We sort of
Well,
Yeah.
leveled out with
Like,
stuff.
You know, it's worldwide now.
young people don't know how good they got it.
They don't know.
Yeah, ain't got a clue. You had
They
to
don't
wait
know.
so
You have
long.
to wait.
You'd
Yeah.
see like photos in magazines of the
Yeah.
film that's coming
Yeah.
out for you next year, but it's
Yeah.
out now and it's
It was
breaking
good.
box office.
It's good in a way because it built up that excitement to when you do see it. Like it was kind of good having to wait sometimes.
It was
Unless
a
your
tease,
mates
man.
went to America and said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I've seen that film.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you
yeah.
what happens." And you're in the cinema and it's like, "Oh,
Don't
I
wanna
know
hear
what's
that.
coming next now.
I know what's coming next. He dies."
Don't wanna hear that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Chris, what other TV programs were we watching, man?
Oh, no, another classic came out, started this year with David Frost. Not very good at the impressions, you might be. Lloyd Grossman, David Frost, and Through the Keyhole. Classic TV.
Oh,
Who lives in a house
Who
like
lives
this?
in a house like this? Go poke round someone's house and look for all of their belongings and try and work out who it is.
Who it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Classic.
It was like one of those. It was like one of the early tests of that whole celebrity thing. It's when you know the public now gets to see how the celebrity lives. That's what I'm telling you all the time
Yeah.
now. We're obsessed
Yeah.
with that
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then it was
They do the
exclusive.
washing
Like
up.
there's a
Exactly.
there's a show where we can see their kitchen and
Mm.
it was all, but it wasn't mega stars. Like I was expecting like Michael Jordan and Mr. T.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like Lionel Blair,
Yeah, it's like Ronald Blair's
Doing
out.
the stubs.
Christopher
Yeah.
Biggins or someone.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like
Yeah, but they were big over here. We can't
Wayne
knock
Sleep.
them.
you know.
They were our celebrities.
Christopher Biggins and Lionel Blair.
Yeah, Jimmy Tarbuck.
I wanted to see celebrities. You know what I mean?
You
Like
want
it
the
was
MTV
movie
version that
stars.
hadn't come
Yeah.
out yet.
I wanted movie stars' houses. I
They
wanted to
ain't
see
getting no
swimming
movie
pools,
star
man.
houses.
I used to
Yeah,
hope,
man.
think, this week you might get a Schwarzenegger on it or a Stallone. You never know, you might.
Like
Never.
that's what I used to pray for on This Is Your Life. I was like,
Yeah.
when am I gonna see Mr. T's
Yeah.
This Is Your Life? When am I gonna see Billy D. Williams or This Is Your Life? It just didn't
I
happen.
don't want to see the bloke of a Heidi High, man. I've seen him.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ruth Maddock.
What was that guy's name, man? He was like the human Ballooner Bear. He was
Yeah.
just that. He was just
The one
that
I'm on about.
side man.
With the
Yeah,
sideburns and the moustache.
Side
Is
man.
that what they
thing.
was yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I can't
Heidi
remember
High,
his name.
though.
I only remember Peggy. Is it Peggy, the girl?
Yeah.
Ted. Ted
Ted,
was his
it was
name.
Ted.
Ted,
it was
that was
Ted,
his
yes.
name.
It was Ted.
That was
Yeah.
his name, Ted.
Ted.
Yes. He looked like a Teddy boy as well, didn't he? He had
Yeah.
that-
Yeah, that's why he dressed like Teddy Boy.
He was he had blue suede shoes, definitely.
Yes, yes, yes.
Heidi High, you know.
Mm.
It was also as well that year, Saturday morning children's TV show, The Saturday Superstore, that stopped in April. But then a few months
Stop.
later, yeah, his last show was in April. A few months later though, Going Live started. So
Go
it was a
in,
short break.
Go in live,
Going
live. Sarah Green and Philip Schofield?
Sarah Green and Philip Schofield, yeah.
Did you guys watch more of ITV or BBC? What was you more, ITV or BBC? in the
Oh, that's
morning?
hard.
I skipped
I'd be
through.
flicking
So
over.
I'd
You'd have
watch
to
one
switch.
thing on BBC
Yeah.
and then switch over to
Yeah.
ITV. And watch
ITV
that.
had good cartoons though. ITV had some
ITV
good
was like
cartoons.
Get Fresh with Gaz Top.
Yeah. So you had the
Yeah.
Centurions and
And you had
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
73
Yeah.
around it as well. Yeah, so
yeah.
you would switch from pole position on
Yeah.
Going Live
Yes.
Yeah.
to Centurions.
Sometimes
on-
they clash
on Get
though,
Fresh.
man. If
Sometimes they
clash,
clash.
Yeah.
And you got to choose one.
you got to choose.
It's for me. It's a simple
It's simple.
Centurions. It's Centurions. It's not even a decision
Power
to make.
extreme every
Yeah,
time.
but
True.
sometimes I like pole position, man. The music
Oh,
just
nah.
doesn't go in.
Pole position.
I'm a car person. I'm not saying-
Rodian wheels.
like it's just sometimes if I'm already into pole position and it's going good, I'm watching pole position and then I'll switch in and I'll be fuming I've missed Centurions.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
it just happened.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I got to stick with Centurions, man.
That's Centurions all day long.
Yeah,
All day long. But pole position was still good.
pole position was big.
Visionaries, pole position, Going Live, 1987. Also, like, you know, we also used to watch a lot every year. I know we're 97, but every year, America always brought out a good program to watch, man. So from America, we also had Highwayman,
That was
starring
good.
Sam Jones. Like,
Oh, brilliant.
who played Flash Gordon.
himself, yeah.
It's like, and that was a surprise. We know them days, no previews, no trailers.
Yeah,
Like,
just appeared.
it was like Mandalorian of the 80s. You know what I mean? It's just like the guy you knew from Flash Gordon is now some bounty hunter dude in his truck. And it was on late at night.
You had to find that in the playground, though. It was like, you
It
heard
was
someone
late.
talking about it. You're like,
Yeah.
what was that? I didn't see that. And then
Yeah.
10 o'clock on Saturdays.
I thought it was later.
late.
Was it
I thought
10?
it was late.
I thought it was
Yeah.
11. I thought it was 11.
It felt late at night.
Yeah,
and it's
I thought
like
it was
Yeah, it was either 10:30 or 11.
Yeah, I think it was late, you know.
Highwayman. And it's a kind of program where only a few saw it. Like, and it wasn't, you would just catch it as well. I don't know if did you guys have radio times, TV times every month or whatever?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah,
Definitely around
once in a while,
Christmas.
I'd have TV time.
I only had it at Christmas, so I wouldn't
Definitely
know
around Christmas.
what was coming on TV. And I wasn't clued up on the whole CFAX teletext thing. You could find out what was on TV then.
Didn't you see a newspaper every day? Because it was in a newspaper what was on TV.
Yeah, but
Nah, we weren't interested in that.
You just channel surf, innit?
Newspapers.
Yeah,
You go through your 3 or 4 channels, back through the 3 or 4 channels.
yeah. And Highwayman's something I just bumped into, just like how I bumped into like Call of Duty
Yeah.
and Mike Hammer. You know, just programs you just bumped into late at night. And it was good. But also in '87 we had the Cosby Show spin-off, Different World.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which was, you know, a good show. A good
Yeah, it was
show.
a good
Good show. I liked it.
It worked,
Yeah.
yeah. It worked well, I thought.
You know. Also we had Showtime at the Apollo,
Love that show.
which I used to love watching.
Love that show, yeah.
The Sandman would come.
But there's a song in it. A song used to play. He used to come out with a stick.
Yeah,
It was a talent show. It's the original talent show, isn't it?
Yeah,
the
that was
original
like-
talent show.
It was like Channel 4 Friday nights, just like people rapping and singing, and it was brilliant. Showtime at the Apollo.
Ooh.
Yeah, love that. And also we had Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, wicked. Friday nights, 9 o'clock, ITV. Vincent, played by Ron Perlman.
Like, I wasn't a
I
massive
didn't watch
fan
too
of
many
it.
of them. Yeah, I wanted to like it because it was the lady at
Yeah.
Catherine, Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton. Yeah, so I wanted to watch it. But
Jesus.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a show and a half. Man.
Leo, you look like the type of guy that liked that show.
I watched
No.
it religiously.
You'd run home and eat your curly whirlies and watch Beauty and the Beast. You look like you
The
did
Beauty and the Beast, Friday nights, 9 o'clock, ITV.
that. Beauty and the Beast. I wasn't. It just didn't work for me, man. It was.
Catherine.
I was more Baywatch than Beauty and the Beast.
That was the following day, Saturday.
Yeah, it was actually. But all those programs, they were like the you know, the grand American exports of that year of '87, man.
Yeah.
But we're not going to pit them against each other because we're going to move on. And Chris, what was the #1 Christmas movie of that year?
The #1, the big Christmas movie for the UK.
Oh, can I guess?
Yeah, have a guess, Stax.
It's not Gremlins, is it?
Not Gremlins.
Nah.
No, this is like
Gremlins
this
is
is like the
earlier.
5 o'clock. You know, like the 5 o'clock Christmas premiere.
Can you
or
give us the
whatever it
clue? Sounds like 2 syllables.
was.
Snowman.
I'm gonna give it away. It's the sequel. It's the sequel. One of my favourite actors in
Lionel
it,
Blair.
from Star Wars 2.
Sequel.
Favourite sequel.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, but it's your favourite sequel. Is it ours?
Oh, it's everyone's favourite sequel. One of them, apart from Empire Strikes Back.
I know what it is. Stop. Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh my God, Stax.
Oh,
No.
You're fired, Stax. You're
Oh
fired.
my god!
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Almost. That's the first one.
What's that? What did he say? What did Stack say?
Wait a minute.
No.
Stax. Did you know what Chris was whistling?
I thought he was whistling some Star Wars thing. But I know it's Indiana Jones. I just don't know which one now.
Stax. I like to have a word. I like to have a word of you
37.
in my office in the morning.
When the green light comes on, you can come in.
We need to have a talk in the morning, Stax.
At the moment, Darren's looking like Alan Sugar.
You're fired.
No.
So the network television premiere blockbuster of December 87 was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
The Doom.
I nearly said Romance.
Yeah, Temple of Doom.
But I didn't even Guess what you were whistling or whispering? Oh, okay, right, okay.
On a whole, 87 weren't a bad year for movies.
It wasn't a bad year at all.
Had a
There
few
was
classics in there that you'd still watch.
the thing I loved about 87 is that it had films that we could go to the cinema and see, and there was some adult films that you can get. Pirate was the king now, so we could get pirates of these things.
Yeah.
And just run through a couple of films that came out in 87, man. We had Over the Top. You guys
Yes.
remember that?
Stallone, yeah.
So that's what you go into the cinema and see. That was a PG. Stallone went, you know.
I remember getting Running Man on a pirate. That was one of the first pirates I ever managed to get hold of. I didn't have a good channel of supply back in them days, but I remember some person was like, yeah, I can get you that. And they got me the Running Man. That was the first one.
Running Man, yeah.
Which came out that year as well.
Hello, cutie pie. One of us is in big trouble.
You know that's directed by Starsky and Hutch dude. Running Man.
David Soul or Michael Glazer.
Yeah, Glazier. Yeah. I didn't know that until recently.
The Running Man.
Till doing the podcast.
That's a classic.
Yeah. Written by Stephen King, directed by Paul Michael Glazier.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Listen, I could watch The Running Man, and I have watched The Running Man loads of times.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
few
I can
times.
still watch it.
Yeah.
Ben Richards.
We also had Inner Space with
In this place. I used to
brilliant.
like that. Yeah.
what's his name again? Dennis Quaid
Dennis Quaid and Martin
and
Short.
Martin Short.
I feel
see that.
possessed.
Meg Ryan, Meg Ryan or something like that.
She might be.
Lethal Weapon, first Lethal Weapon.
Lethal
come out
Weapon,
that year.
first Lethal
Oh,
Weapon.
wow.
Lost Boys. It was a good year. It was all right, yeah. Lost Boys. We got
Yeah.
Untouchables. Yeah. A lot of people say, you know,
Untouchables.
one of their top films. Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yeah,
Come out
Beverly
as well.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Good couple of sequels that year.
Yep.
Wow.
Eddie Murphy's Raw as well come out that year.
I didn't realise that. Yeah, that was good.
I didn't realise.
A lot of films
Wow.
come out, but the two we've come to a start.
Master of the Universe, your favourite?
Master of the
your
Universe.
favourite?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Everyone's
Hold on.
Favorite.
You didn't put that.
That versus Living Daylights.
No.
I was about to say, because that's as disappointing. That's as terrible as Nick Berry's Every Loser Wins. I'm just
that
saying.
was terrible, and that
I'm
was
just
terrible.
saying.
No. What we have done, as I said, this year had movies we could go to the cinema and see, and movies we wasn't allowed to see. Lost Boys, Lethal Weapon, for example. But the two we've decided to pit against each other are incredible movies of this year. Incredible movies for me and for all of you.
And I went to see one. I know it.
We went to see both of them, but how you went to see it, I don't know. Both blew our minds to this day. A proper Yorkie marathon of a movie, both of them. So in the blue corner, from 1987, we have the introduction of Detroit Cop. Murphy was killed by a load of villains, and he came back as the man in metal. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you RoboCop.
That are alive, you're coming with me.
My days. Where's the
1980.
Where's the guns?
Right? So up against
My God.
the same year, what a treat. Listen to this treat we had. All the movies we just said, Lethal Weapon, Raw, Inner Space. 1987 also had a squad of guys going into the jungle, not knowing what's going to happen out in the jungle. But boy, who will survive? Because as we know,
they've been hunted.
this is exactly. Who by? Predator. So Predator versus RoboCop. Now, as Leroy was humming the tune there is so much. These are like trump cards. These are like they've got so much 90s nines on 10s like theme tune.
Used to be fighting each other for a long time.
You know, action catchphrases.
Catchphrase. I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, you know.
Mate.
We killed you. You're
so
meant
guys,
to be dead.
RoboCop versus Predator.
I can't.
It's a draw.
You can't-
No,
you can't.
I'm not.
No.
I'm sitting on the fence. I've got splinters in the buttocks on this
Okay,
one. No,
I can't get.
I've
I
got,
sorry.
Down to
I've
one.
got to
No.
make it. I've got to make it easy for you, right?
I can whittle down
You-
to one. I reckon.
You've got them both in your hand. Two videos.
I'm
You can only
watching
watch one. What are you watching?
Predator. I'm gonna go Predator. What are you saying, D? On if you had to watch?
RoboCop was that film there where one of my dad's friends said, "I've got a video, and I want you to watch it." And his Bayesian accent, Robocop. I was like, Darren, you like this movie, man? Robocop. I was like, okay, oh, all right, I'll take a look at this. And remember, I'm not seeing a trailer, a poster. All I know, Robocop. All I know. Yeah. I'm still trying to work out what he's saying to me. So put it in, and I was blown away as a kid, and I gave my school friends a commentary of the film. I said, I saw some film last night. It's called Robocop, because and I went through the whole film to them, and it's like they'd seen it, because I was so obsessed with this movie. It was something I'd never seen before. But Peter Weller, who played Robocop, it was perfect for it, because they considered Arnold Schwarzenegger to play Robocop.
It wouldn't have worked.
No,
he was too bulky.
Yeah,
You come with me, they're alive.
It wouldn't have worked.
And then they consider,
there'll be trouble.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't have worked.
Wouldn't have worked.
No word. No
Peter
way.
Weller worked fine.
So they also considered Michael Ironside to play Robocop.
No, he's more villain.
Yeah,
too much villain.
They also considered the late Rutger Hauer to play Robocop.
Wouldn't have worked. No.
That would have worked. I think that would have worked.
No, not for me.
I don't know. But Peter Weller was fine, because he was really slim, and he worked in the outfit.
Fitted in the suit.
Fitted in the suit perfectly. But yeah, between them, I've got to say, if I was to choose one, but Predator's got so much going on in it.
So much going on in it
as well.
Because where RoboCop is centered around RoboCop, and you might want to see Ed 209, and the villains, let's say, but Predator's got all the different characters, the Predator. It was something you've never seen before. And like you guys, it's so hard to split them. But did you guys know, as well as this is a good year for Peter Cullen, the voice actor of Optimus Prime, but it's also a good year for him, because he also voices the Predator. That noise Predator makes, he created that sound. Oh, over here. That's Peter Cullen.
Oh, wow.
Is the voice of the Predator. So he was busy. Done Transformers the movie. He's Venger in Dungeons and Dragons. The 80s was the Peter Cullen year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, and he was also Tigger in Winnie the Pooh. So he's like he was like with you from like nursery. He was Tigger. When you were a young boy, he was Optimus Prime, and when you're adult, he's a Predator. So
followed us through.
Okay.
Followed us through. So, but yeah, and RoboCop was originally called Super Cop. I did it. If you notice, when he's shooting in the shooting gallery, one of the police goes, "It's Super Cop," because that's just a little homage to its original name of it. But yeah. I would say, if I was to watch any of them now, they're both on TV. Predator Cop.
Even your strike.
You're flicking.
Predator Cop. Yeah, just leave it as Predator Cop. Both of them.
There's meant to be in 2020. They agreed to make RoboCop Returns a direct sequel from Part 1. I know they've done that one in the 20s, wasn't it? In the 2016 or 2014, which weren't bad.
That didn't work.
I didn't mind
didn't work
it.
for me.
Wasn't as good, but it was all right. But yeah, they're meant to be. It was down for, I think, this year. But obviously, I've heard nothing since.
So, Leroy, what did you say?
Hard battle.
Stacks is on RoboCop.
All right, twisted Predator. My arm. I've got to go with one. I'll go with Predator.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. As Chris mentioned, like the merchandise, all these adult films had toys, lunchboxes. Rambo had toys, and the Force of Freedom.
With a knife and a headband.
It just went. Even Police Academy had a cartoon. Like all these adult stuff had cartoons and toys and stuff, and computer games, and the RoboCop arcade game was amazing.
That was good.
Big game.
Side scroller, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You had little extra ones where you shot in between the legs and the.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wicked. So we're going to talk about games, arcade games of 1987. So we're going to go through a couple of ones that big in 87. So we're talking Operation Wolf.
Oh my God.
When you first saw that, when you first saw two Uzis sitting on top of a cabinet.
Wow.
Operation Wolf.
It rattles when you fire it, and that was good. That was good. As long as you were the right height and you could reach and look through the sight. I loved Operation Wolf, and then Operation Thunderbolt a few years later.
Yeah.
Them games, man. Yeah.
We're also talking like Sega. They were like, they were the company that like brought in games where they immersed you in the
They were
game.
running the arcade.
Outrun was
already done. It was already out there.
Outrun
Amazing.
was the one.
Space Harrier was already out there.
Space Harrier was
Yeah.
out there. You know, and they needed something else to top that. And so in 1987, out came Afterburner.
One of my
Oh.
favorites. One of my the sit down, fully animated.
Mate.
That game.
Yeah, amazing game. It was like
It's the 80s. You walk into an arcade and you see an Outrun and you see an Afterburner and maybe what
Yeah.
was a Super Hang On? A Super Hang On
Hang
bike.
on, Super
Them three.
Hang On.
Them three in
Oh,
a
I
line.
love
And the
Super Hang On.
Enduro Racer was like the Scrambler version.
Yes.
If you saw them
Yeah.
sit, you're like, this is just heaven.
where do I go first? I would
Where do
always
I
go
go
to
first?
Outrun first.
Outrun.
Yeah.
I'd always go
Outrun,
to
yeah.
Outrun
Had
first.
tunes, had tunes
Yeah.
on it, yeah.
Are you in a Ferrari Testarossa? You're like, this is Crockett and Tubbs style.
You got
aren't you?
pedals, you got
Yeah.
a full steering
You know what I'm
wheel. It's
saying?
like, oh mate, this is
Outrun by Sega. Amazing.
Arcade.
Every kid wanted that in their house, man.
Yeah,
One of them
still do.
Yeah.
Still do.
absolutely
Still doing it.
sit down machine.
Still do, you know.
Yeah,
Still
man.
do.
Yeah, but as this is the great year of 1987, we're gonna choose two games that were so influential for years on. They were like the pinnacle. They were like the games of games, like, because at this time, you know, everybody was so into Bruce Lee and Kung Fu and stuff and so on.
87 was the year of Double Dragon. Double Dragon come out
Yeah.
that year.
Also, yeah.
I had a feeling.
So that year brought so many games, but these two, people couldn't stop playing them. The first one I'm going to introduce in this verse is you could put in 10p and play for ages. You had such a good time in this game. There was a game called Rolling Thunder that came out before that, and it felt like that, but
Yeah.
because of the Kung Fu was coming in and stuff, this game just had it all. Bruce Lee come out, that game of the Spectrum Bruce Lee, but this in the arcade
Kung Fu.
world was this major, and this game is Shinobi.
Shinobi, that's a big game.
Shinobi was wicked.
That was a big game.
Yeah, it was like exactly like the next stage up from Rolling Thunder. That's what it reminded me
Yeah.
of. It was
When
wicked.
it came on a Mega Drive as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you guys out there remember Shinobi, you had fun in the arcades,
Yeah,
man. Remember, we're talking about arcades. We're not talking about on a console yet. Like,
Yeah, on
go
the
to the
console,
arcades,
yeah.
local chip shop, fun fairs in town.
Yeah, yeah.
Seaside
Yeah.
towns when you're on holiday. Yeah, you found the odd arcade here and there, and they'd have some of these.
But if you're playing Shinobi and in your peripheral vision, you see another game and hear something, and you hear a call. It's like a call, and it called every kid in the 80s when they heard Hadouken. What the
dear.
hell is
Oh,
that?
dear.
This game was a bit more expensive,
Mate.
and the graphics, the guys were bigger
Guys were
than any
big,
other.
yeah.
guy. It was like,
They weren't like 1-inch characters.
yeah, you know, like when you had Star Wars figures and you might have had an Action Man.
Yeah.
This was the Action
It
Man.
was the scale of it, wasn't it? Yeah, they were a lot
Arcade
bigger.
games.
Mate.
Bouncing
And this
around
was-
on the screen,
Yeah.
just getting ready.
Everything was there. Capcom was here. Capcom was telling Sega,
was
we're
here,
coming to run
Alive.
things."
Yeah.
And
You,
that
want to
is,
see a beat 'em up or a fighting game?
Yeah.
This is how
Yeah,
it's
this
done.
is how it's done.
and that is Street
This
Fighter.
was the one.
Street
Yeah.
Street Fighter.
Fighter. When I first saw this game, I remember coming from school. This is when I was in secondary school. I remember coming off the train, and sometimes, I don't know, maybe I ignored the advertising, but I didn't know a fun fair was in town. So I just walked onto the green, and there was a fun fair. But damn, and it's open. You know, Popular Rucksack. You know, this is a really good.
Where did this
Imagine
come
that
from?
surprise. You know, you've gone to school, we had a long day at school,
There's a
and you land back
bonus.
in your area, and it's a fun fair. So, and you go straight to the arcades, but I'm not going to sit on the waltzers by myself.
yeah,
you know. So let me check out the arcades, and I heard Hadouken, you know, and I thought, what the hell is this? And I remember it was like 50p, and I thought, well, that's a bit pricey, but it looked quality, you know, and yeah, you know, Street Fighter was born, and like it was because the characters were limited. It's Ryu and Ken. There's no Blanca yet. It's Ryu and Ken, Sagat,
Yeah.
no M. Bison. Just Ryu and Ken, an English guy called Birdie.
Chung Li, I think, has been from the start.
No, Chun Li
Oh,
wasn't
Chun-
there yet. No, you had
No.
Sagat.
It was
There-
Street
there's
Fighter
only-
2.
There's only 4, wasn't there?
Yeah, yes,
Four?
Sagat, Birdie, Ryu, Ken, and I don't know, some other
Wow.
person. But hey, it was thoroughly entertaining. So, guys, we're pitting Shinobi against Street Fighter. What game would you play? Someone's giving you £1. They say you've only got one game to play. Is it Street Fighter from 1987 or Shinobi?
I think it's unanimous, man.
It's Street Fighter, mate.
It's across the board, man. Worldwide, I think everyone would just choose Street Fighter.
Like you say,
Our
Hadouken.
fans,
That's enough.
our listeners would go for Street Fighter. I'm sorry. It's just
remember, there's no Blanca, there's no Dalsim.
No, I'm sorry.
And I
It's a
still
beat
play
up.
Street Fighter if I see it now, or
There's no E Honda.
I still remember, do the moves and stuff. So I'd probably go Shinobi because I haven't seen Shinobi since the 80s. So I would go Shinobi only because, like you say, it was the first Street Fighter wasn't as many characters, and I still play it.
Still good though.
Still good. Oh, still good. Yeah, still wicked. It was wicked
so-
when it came
so-
out. They're both on that level, but purely because I haven't seen Shinobi running on an arcade since them days, I would go with arcade. And it was a long game. The levels were long, and you had the
That's
bonus
the
rounds.
thing.
The longevity
the
of it
thing.
probably was a lot better for me, like more of a platformy game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Side-scrolling
Now that you
platform.
said that, Chris, I'd think Shinobi because it would have different levels, different
Yeah, the
scenes.
bosses were
different
good.
fights. Yeah,
There was like ninja training, throwing the stars and stuff. It was an entertaining game, that man.
So
yeah,
you
I was
guys,
a bit hasty there.
you guys saying Shinobi?
Yeah, I'm going
Shinobi now.
But again,
Yeah,
these
Shinobi.
two are both on that level. It's hard.
I'm saying Street Fighter.
I'm going with Street Fighter.
It's hard,
I'm going with
man.
Street Fighter. But yeah, there were some great games in 97. Going through what we've been going through so far, 187 is such a good year. Look, like the films we had,
Good
the tunes we
films.
had, the games we had. This is also the year of the launch of the Nike Air Max 1 trainer.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Fell in love with those. It's like, imagine that year. Street Fighter comes out, Predator, Robocop, Nike Air Max. Bloody hell.
On your trip to Shepherd's Bush, you see it. You're like, oh my god, look at them trainers, man. Like
19.
Them trainers was a classic, man.
Tinker Hatfields, isn't it, man?
Classics. So hey, look, we can't get away with not mentioning, we're kids, remember, in 97, and we loved our cartoons. Every year a different batch of cartoons was released, but we're going, as you know, in the cartoons, our favorite cartoons, all the cartoons that were around in 1987. So you had stuff like Brave Star.
We're a
which
great
Leroy
fan, but
likes.
yeah.
Listen, put some respect on some 30-30 and he's gone Sarah Jane. It's
Okay.
stomping time.
Mr. Ed.
Okay. We also had DuckTales. Woohoo!
DuckTales
That
is
year,
good.
which was great.
Yeah. Visionaries come out. that year.
Visionaries also come out, which is one of my favorites.
I like that.
You know the lyrics to that?
Oh,
With
mate.
magical powers, they
Fight, is it?
lovely.
With visionaries, with magical powers, they fight. Mate. I love that. I love
The
that.
new Mighty Mouse come out, which I used to like. It was little short cartoons. There used to be the black and white
Mighty
one.
Mouse.
Here I come to save the day.
I was never a fan of Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, it just seemed to be on.
irritated
That's
me.
it.
Like,
Mighty
wait a
Mouse.
minute. Wait a minute, here comes a new challenger. Okay, check this out, right? So,
I was going to say the same thing, but I don't know if
So-
it's the right year, but go on.
so
No, he
I'm
might
putting- yes, I'm putting Mighty Mouse versus Speedy Gonzales.
Speedy was the
You know
better
what?
one.
I was going to put Mighty Mouse against Batfink.
Here comes the third challenger.
I'll come to that verse in a minute, Stacks.
Yeah,
Stacks, hold that thought there, Stacks. First, let's deal with this one. Leroy, what you saying? Speedy Gonzales versus Mighty Mouse.
Speedy Gonzales, man.
Chris, what you
For
saying?
me.
Oh, I'm definitely going
Yeah.
Speedy. bro.
Stacks.
definitely Speedy. Definitely Speedy.
It's all the way. Mighty
All the
Mouse.
way.
irritated
He was
me.
annoying.
Mighty Mouse was good, but he wasn't that good.
Yeah, he was
So
alright.
Stacks, you brought me a light bulb here because the guy I'm gonna put Batfink against they're kind of similar, but I prefer him. It's Danger Mouse versus Batfink.
Oh.
Ah, come on, man.
Oh,
No
yeah,
contest.
that's Danger Mouse all the way. But that's
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's Danger Mouse. Batfink ain't in here, man.
Batfink, nah,
Bat-
I'm sorry,
Batfink was
man.
all right, though. You know?
Nah, Batfink was just
I didn't like his.
You
dude.
cannot harm me. My
Karate.
wings are like
Yeah, I
a steel
did-
shield.
yeah,
No,
it
No.
didn't like him.
the cartoons were too short. Episodes were too short.
Yeah. In those days, there were seasons where okay, in the summer they're going to show this, in the winter. Did you notice that?
You know what it
And
is?
like there was a season when it was a season of of Batfink
Mighty
and
Mouse.
Scooby Doo with Scrappy Doo and
Yeah,
Mighty Mouse.
yeah.
That was I didn't like that
It
range.
was like, if there's nothing else on, I'll take it.
watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you gotta watch
Something
it.
else is
But-
on.
Yeah,
I ain't
and you're
watching
just forced to watch it, man.
The Mighty Mouse was drawn and sounded a lot like, who was the air bloke, like a pilot. I think he was like a pilot dude, a cartoon dude.
Oh, Roger Ramjet.
Roger Ramjet. That's one thing. Roger Ramjet, and he's eagle, whatever.
Yeah.
They reminded me of the same, and they were like
Yeah.
in that same season. And that'd be about, and it'd be like, I got to watch them because there's nothing else on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they weren't
you're
your
right,
Speedy
you're right.
Gonzaleses and your Batfinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez is in the Hall of Fame, man, for
Yeah.
Looney Tunes.
Well,
man.
look, it's Looney
Yeah.
Tunes. He's part of Looney Tunes crew.
Yeah.
But for me, Batfink and Mighty Mouse, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm sorry.
But they were warm-up cartoons, really. They were like warmed up, and then you're waiting
Yeah,
for
they
the
were
Dungeons
quick,
and
short.
Dragons.
Yeah, they were.
And then you're waiting for Batfink, He-Man to come after. You know what I mean? So
They warm
Batfink
up.
was just like, oh yeah, we'll just give you a little appetizer, kids. You cannot harm me. My wings are like a steel of steel. No, Batfink.
Yeah.
No.
They were.
Karate with his big hands
His big
and his
hands.
small head. Gee, Batfink. No.
I don't think they can show that anymore, man.
Yeah, I did like. Yeah, they can't. That's
You
what's
can't,
wrong.
you can't.
Karate.
Karate. Come
Yeah,
on,
They can't
no.
show that anymore.
That's just,
The wackest sidekick I've seen.
that's
Yeah,
just
the wacky
wrong.
sidekick.
It's just wrong. But also this year, in 1987, we got two cartoons that are world renowned. They've been made into movies, and we had the pleasure of interviewing one of the cast members on our podcast. So,
Amen.
guys, we're pitting the Mighty Thundercats versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Thundercats.
1987.
Yeah.
No question.
Well,
No question.
unanimous,
No
man. Come
No
on. It could be Heroes in a Hard Shell or Turtles in a Hard
I
Shell.
never liked Turtles
No.
when it came out. I hated
Not
it.
against the Thundercats are on the loose.
Yeah.
We were confused in the UK, man. We knew they were the Ninja Turtles, but we got told they were the Hero Turtles.
Hero Turtles.
And they cut all of the nunchuck scenes out of a cartoon. It's like, what?
Because it was too violent.
Too violent.
Come
You can't
on,
watch
man.
this. You can't
Really?
watch this.
I was not feeling it back
Right.
in 1987.
It don't seem like they came out in the same year.
It doesn't, does it? It doesn't feel
No,
like
it seems
did.
like Thundercats was years before the Teenage Turtles to me, but yeah. Nah, I'm going Thundercats, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all day long, man. That's not even a versus.
Yeah, man. Yeah. 1987 was the year. There is a few things we touched on in 1987. We're gonna, as I say, we're gonna go around different years of the 80s and even the 90s. We're gonna touch on in these series that we got. But if you want to hear more, check out our Patreon episode, and you'll get
Some extra specials, yeah.
exclusives,
Some extras.
You tease you.
Some more jokes. More jokes about the 80s.
more joke about the 80s
extras.
from us at the Old Skool Movements podcast. But first off, we just want to again thank everybody listening around the world to our podcast, man. You know, everywhere, man. You know, we got people listening in like I say all over America. We've got people in the Bronx, as you know, Oakland, as you know, people in Florida. Where else we got, Chris? Man?
US, we got some regular listens, and I don't know where these places are. Like, if you listen to us from the Council Bluffs, let us know, man. Let us know what
From
part of the
where?
US you're from. The Council Bluffs.
Where's that?
Council Bluffs.
Yeah, we have a lot of listeners there, man. Same with Ashburn, Huntington Park.
Give us a wave.
Yeah, give us a shout out. Let us know what part you're from. Jackson, we know where you guys are, man. We had people from Windsor listening recently. I don't know if they were waiting in a line or in a queue for something. I thought,
Yeah.
Let's
Need to pass the time.
cheer ourselves up and pass the time and listen to a couple of
Listen to
podcasts.
the four comedians.
Whoever you are in Windsor, big up yourselves, wicked, man. Same as Sutton Coldfield. Sutton Coldfield, you know, there's always a good few listens out there. So, you know, thanks, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Big
Thank
up
you.
all
All you
listeners,
guys out there.
man.
People out there in
Yeah.
Singapore, Sydney, Australia, Dominican Republic,
Wow.
St. Lucia. Thanks, guys.
Bermuda. Once
Bermuda.
again.
Yeah.
I know you're listening in the office, Pearl.
Thank
Get
you.
about.
Thank you. Out down South Africa too. Thank you, guys. Nairobi. Good to be serving you guys, man. In Toronto.
And who could forget London?
And then,
our own
of
home.
course,
Yeah.
our
We did get
hometown.
quite a few listens in
All
London.
the locals, all the locals.
Yeah.
Got our regulars.
Ireland as well. You know, Ireland, you're up there in our listening charts, man. You're like definitely up there. Thanks, man.
Thank you,
guys
Ireland.
so much.
Much
so
appreciated.
Ukraine
That's
as
it.
well, definitely.
That's it. That's
Thanks
it.
for
Thank
listening
you
in at this
all.
time.
Respect to
Thank you
Ukraine.
So, guys, peace out. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. And
Keep listening.
Keep listening.
Yeah.
Love you. Peace.
Till next time.
Peace.
Those were the days.